So what do you reckon about Goma? Last time we chatted was the end of episode 16, where he just plugged in the third eye and kind of revealed that he's hit the gym in the time it took to throw the third eye in his head. What do you think about not just his personality but his design? Because I have some thoughts that regrettably aren't super positive, but yeah, I don't know. There's just a Jiren-ness to him that I wish they'd have maybe gone a different direction in. What do you think?
One thing about this form is clearly he's just a buff, strong guy, but at least he's not super dumb, I guess is the
Hmm.
way to go about it. Like he could have just become a mindless cell max type big giant op. Like I'm glad they didn't take that full route, but he's not exactly doing anything super smart. He hasn't indicated that he's super smart or cunning or anything like that throughout the fight so far, which is fine. His outfit, it keeps giving Pride Trooper, and I thought it
Yeah,
would go
it needs
away
to
as I
go.
watched him
Yeah.
fight.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
but
with you.
I get Pride Trooper so badly, bro.
But even the
And
colors, like,
maybe if they just yeah, I think they should have chose a color of purple, maybe to indicate royalty or something like that. Just the color, the way they angled the design pattern on his fit, I'm really not happy about it. But it's fine. I do like how so that moment when he goes over to, are we calling him Super Purunga? I don't know, Demon Purunga. He goes over to
yeah,
him
yeah.
and Purunga flicks him.
Oh,
I like these moments because it's almost giving the power scaling aspects. Like it made sure you understood that this Purunga is all powerful in that
mm,
demon realm. So like you're not gonna try him like that. He simply flicks Goma away. But I didn't feel as though it diminished Goma at all because he's still beating, giving Super Saiyan 3 the biggest problem. He had that moment where he reverted Goku through his forms.
mm.
I thought that was really cool before he went to this new Super Saiyan style. I'm assuming it's just Super Saiyan, right? But this new Super Saiyan 4 state. And I like his power, his super attacks, I guess is the way I gotta say
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
right? For
yeah, yeah.
Dokkan logic.
Yeah, you're sitting
His
there
super
looking at
attacks
12
and
keys and 18 keys.
yeah, that's all I'm seeing, bro. AoEs and all of that. So like that AoE attack he had was really cool. The way he creates his own battlefield, like before the fight was
I like that
ticking
a
off,
lot,
that
yeah.
was really cool. And he threw like I guess a death ball is what we gotta
Yeah,
call it. Like that. It was
yeah.
color, dog.
The
The
way he
colors
formed
on
it,
it were
the way he formed it
yeah,
was sick.
exactly.
Yeah.
The colorway on it was absolutely gorgeous. So far, starting from his personality, you seem a little conflicted on him. How do you feel about Goma thus far?
The outfit to me, yeah, it pisses me off. Like, if this is the first, outside of the movies, this is the first thing we've seen in anime form since Tournament of Power. And it ended with Jiren. Like, they know what Jiren looks like. Why they went this direction is beyond me. And I'm sitting here
I don't
in.
know. It makes me feel like it's a Toriyama thing, bro. Like I'm telling you, because only he does odd things like this. Like it's as if he forgot. It
Yeah.
feels like
And
that,
if and
bro.
that'd be fine. But I'm sitting here looking at, like, so Goma is Deborah's brother, yeah?
I don't think that he's his brother. I think it just
Oh.
happened to be the successor to Deborah. I
Ah,
think Deborah
okay.
basically chose him as like vice lieutenant or vice president, vice, whatever, successor to the king. I didn't know they had. I don't think they have the same parents.
Ah, okay. Well, anyway, I'm looking at Deborah, who is the last Demon King, and just looking
Yeah,
at his outfit, and there's nothing crazy about his outfit. You know what I mean? Like, he's just
it's
got like a
clean though.
blue. He's got a blue jump, like, but he's even got like shoulder pads and this weird belt, and then like
Yeah,
a kind of like a hood cape thing that kind of goes under his arms. I'm not saying you have to give Goma that, but I can see how that would look even goofier because Goma's a pretty goofy looking dude with his big head and whatnot. Like if he had these big shoulder pads when he was little and this big cape and everything, I think it would look goofy, and I think that's the point of what Goma's meant to look like. And then I think if he got buff with it on, he might look a little bit more Dabura-ish and a bit more imposing. So I just,
mhm.
in terms of like, if I was going to go for a direct kind of reference or like point from the demon realm that looks like it could have influenced him. I'm disappointed they maybe didn't look more at Deborah to sort of get more of a design influence. But I'll disagree with you a little bit when you said that you don't see much of his cunning. I think the way he's used the magic of the third eye has been very unique in a lot of ways. I think he's very alert. I think he is quite cunning. But I guess if I was going to be disappointed again on that same point, is that they built him up to be like that. The amount of times they said throughout the series, hey, don't underestimate Gomah. He's pretty cunning. He's pretty switched on. Like, he's not someone you just want to... You're not just going to push him over kind of thing. I'm just disappointed we didn't get to see that side of him prior to him getting the third eye.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a really good Dragon Ball progression to be like, oh, okay, yeah, we really did underestimate you, even though we were warned. And now now you've got the third eye on and you're really kind of kicking up a stink. This is a real problem for us. Like, it made sense when Goku kind of called the rest of the crew to sort of say, hey, you got to join in here. This guy's a problem. But I think that would have made more of an impact if they had have seen what he was like prior to.
I get that, and now that you say it, I mean, you're right. I mean, I just described his powers with the third eye, and I didn't even look at it that way. You're right. The way he's using it to his advantage, he's definitely been spamming it. So it's good to know that it wasn't an underrated item. Like, it clearly didn't give him a slight power boost. Like, this is drastic. For that matter, let's put it in perspective. For that matter, Deborah could have had the third eye, and he would have cleared everyone, bro. He would have cleared the entire... It feels as though, at least, he would have cleared the entire show. So that's kind of funny to look at it from the perspective of it takes Deborah from like a Cell level opponent to he probably would be giving Super Saiyan 3 Goku crazy work. So that's dope. And I like that you're right about the third eye. He is making the most of it and he is displaying his cunning. So I can appreciate that, which just, once again, I prefer it that way. So it just doubles my point that he's much further away from like a mindless giant buff guy. Yeah. And he's using his IQ. And I'm sure even next episode, whether he wins, loses in the next 2 episodes, he's gonna use it more, and so we're gonna see more of his personality. You see at certain moments he's like smirking, or he's still got the goofiness of like when Purunga flung him away. It was almost like you're still a little guy, like you're still not really a big, like you'll never be the biggest guy in the room complex. Yes, exactly. So the Napoleon complex was all out right there. So that's really cool to see that. So overall, would you say that you like Gomah as the villain, or do you wish it was a different personality?
I do have a larger topic that's more Daima related that I'll talk about in another clip, I guess, but I just wish he was maybe fleshed out a little bit more as a threat, if anything. But so far this fight has been magic to watch. I think it's been a really, really good fight to watch. Just seeing him take on several people at once in very like no stress kind of fashion. Like, he knows where Tamagami is on one side whilst Piccolo's on the other, you know what I mean? And he's throwing, unique attacks and deflections and stuff. I think it's been really good. I like Gomah so far. I think I wish his design was a little bit different, and I wish we'd have seen more of him as a threat prior to Third Eye Gomah, but it is what it is, and I'm very keen to see how this wraps, because he has gone big. You know what I mean? Like, he's gone big man. What do you call it? Super giant form, Uzaru.
I don't know. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking before you said that. I was wondering what we're going to have to call this form.
Yeah, it'll just be super giant form, big Gomah man. But yeah.
Non-petite Gomah.
Yeah, I hope that he doesn't stay big for too long. I think fights are really uninteresting, whether they're mindless beasts or not. I mean, maybe this is just trauma from like all the video games we played, but fighting big enemies is never fun. Yeah, I don't know. It's just super played out. Yeah, well, it doesn't make for interesting choreography. You know what I mean? Like the hero or whoever's not big just has to punch the big person as hard as possible and hope that they fall over, kind of thing. And then the big person's just kind of swatting at flies.
Yeah, I would even argue that, like, for that matter, in video games, in media in general, but like for video games, I would argue like the most compelling villains are usually, I guess, level with the main character. Like Sephiroth is taller than Cloud, but like
but they're
things like that. Yeah, exactly. Like the human type physique and outline is usually like it just creates a more, maybe I should say, believable
Yeah,
dynamic. And
it's
so
believable,
I
but yeah,
fully agree.
yeah. Anyway,
Like
that's
I'm on the same page as you. I fully agree with what you're saying.
anyway. That's
So yeah,
Goma.
it's weird. I
Um,
do like his helm though. His helm is really cool. That outline, his crown. I don't know if it's his skull or what, but like I like his
yeah, his
outline for
ears or
his
whatever it
crown a
is.
lot.
Yeah, he got a unique
Yeah,
head, and I like that.
the
And he's
jester type look he
he's
has.
very much a jester. He's very much the court
Yeah.
jester. But yeah, anyway, that's Goma. I just thought I'd have a little chat about Goma, and yeah, tell us what you reckon below. If anyone's got any thoughts on Goma, how you design him differently. That's what I want to see. If anyone's an artist out there, tell me how you design him differently. That's what I'd love to. I'd love
That's
to
a good
hear some.
idea.
Yeah. Anyway,